Previously, we learned about implementing static and instance rooms, but once players are distributed to their various instance rooms, is there a way to communicate information between different rooms? We'll find out all about that today. So the last thing we're going to go over in relation to room instances is the ability to communicate messages to your instance room using events. Let's say I didn't have a second player and I moved to the map. So I've created an instance and I've moved my player into it. I'm going to add another virtual player. And because we added the open room searching logic, it's going to add us into that same instance that we added earlier. And we have a second player. And notice we have a message. New competitors have entered the room. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to go back to the static, add a virtual player, move this person in first. And every time a new player enters into the room, we get a little toast message saying new competitors have entered into the room. And this is due to an event that we're sending to the room to notify that a new player has entered. So let's implement this logic. So to begin, we're going to right-click on our lobby system. We're going to create a new event type, and let's name this Room Entered Event. We'll save and double-click to open this. And we're just going to simply create a string to hold the message that we want to send. So this is what's going to populate in our toast message. Then in our scene management, we're going to search for our move users to instance function, and we're going to add another parameter in here called with event. And this is going to allow us to pass in an event into our move users to instance and send that event to the instance room. So right below our move users to instance room function here, we're going to say if the event is not nil, so if an event exists, then we're going to call RoomService request send event to room and wait. So this is a synchronous function as opposed to the asynchronous version. And we're going to pass in our event, and we're going to pass in the instance key that we built. So this will send the event to the room, and then let's go into our game system and actually utilize this. So here we have an error because we updated the function, and let's add our new event. So we're going to create this event. So we're going to create a new room entered event, add the message as new competitors have entered the room. Then we're going to simply pass in our event into this function. That's all we have to do for our event for our move players to instance function. Finally, we're going to show the toast message. To do that, we're going to add an event handler. So we're going to do handler, gives us an auto completion, and we're going to name this handle room entered event. We're going to set the type to the events that we created, room entered event, and we're going to keep the variable name the same. For the event sender, we're going to set as service, and the service we're going to listen for is RoomService. And we're going to pass that along to the UI toast show message function that is already built in when we created the world. So that's this function right here, show message, which is already built in. We're not going to go over this, but just know that it shows the toast message and a nice little animation. So let's try this out. We already saw this earlier, but let's enter into the world. Let's remember to refresh. Enter into the world. Okay, we'll make sure we save everything. And let's give it a test. And if we enter the room, we can see our toast message showing up. New competitors have entered the room. So that's how you send an event into a world instance so that you can communicate information to your existing instance rooms. Today, we've learned about utilizing RoomService to send an event to a targeted room to communicate data between instance rooms. Hope you've learned a lot today that you can use to implement events in your own world. Happy creating!